There's a sound almost everyone recognizes. A sharp metallic click. A brief pause. Then the soft whoosh of a flame catching. It's a sound tied to memory, to cold nights, quiet moments, and hands shielding a small flame from the wind. That sound belongs to a Zippo. Not just a lighter, but a promise. A promise that no matter the conditions, it will light. This is the story of a small metal object that somehow burned its way into history. Before disposable culture took over, before everything became sealed, silent, and replaceable, there were objects designed to stay with you. Objects you repaired instead of replaced. Objects that aged alongside their owners. Zippo lighters were one of those objects. They weren't flashy. They weren't complicated. They simply worked. Today, Zippos are collectibles and nostalgic keepsakes. But once, they were everyday companions, clipped to belts, tucked into pockets, engraved with memories. To understand why Zippo mattered so much, we have to go back to one of the hardest periods in American history. The story begins in 1932, in Bradford, Pennsylvania, during the Great Depression. Jobs were scarce. Money was tight. People didn't buy things unless they lasted. George G. Blaisdell noticed a friend struggling to light a cigarette with a clumsy imported lighter. It worked, but only barely, and only with two hands. Blaisdell believed it could be better. He redesigned the lighter into something simple and solid. A rectangular metal body. A hinged lid that could be flipped open with one hand. A wind-resistant chimney that protected the flame. But what truly set Zippo apart was the promise behind it. If it doesn't work, we'll fix it. Free. That guarantee transformed a lighter into something people trusted. When World War II arrived, Zippo's role changed overnight.
Zippo lighters became one of many symbols of liberation, along with Lucky Strike.
Civilian production nearly stopped as Zippo shifted to producing lighters for American soldiers. These wartime Zippos were practical and rugged, often finished in dark coatings to reduce reflection. On the battlefield, Zippos became more than tools. They lit cigarettes during moments of fear. They started fires for warmth. They became small pieces of home carried into chaos. Soldiers engraved them with names, dates, unit numbers, and messages meant only for themselves. Some were hopeful. Some were grim. All were personal. Many veterans later said that even when everything else failed, their Zippo still worked. After the war, America entered a new era. Factories boomed. Suburbs expanded. Smoking became a daily ritual for millions. Zippo lighters followed soldiers home and into civilian life. They appeared in bars, offices, diners, and glove compartments. Companies engraved their logos onto Zippos, turning them into gifts and advertising tools. Hollywood helped cement their image. A Zippo lighting a cigarette became visual shorthand for confidence, toughness, and quiet authority. Detectives flicked them open in shadowy streets. Soldiers used them in war films. Rebels carried them without explanation. You didn't need to talk about a Zippo. If someone carried one, you understood something about them. By the 1960s and 70s, Zippo crossed into counterculture. They appeared with bikers, musicians, and protesters. During the Vietnam War, Zippos once again returned to combat, engraved with raw messages that reflected fear, anger, and survival. Each lighter became a personal artifact. Scratches weren't damage. They were proof of life. For many people, Zippo memories aren't about history books. They're about watching a father refill his lighter at the kitchen table. About the smell of lighter fluid in the air. About the careful way the lid was opened, never rushed. There was a ritual to it. At concerts, before phone flashlights existed, thousands of Zippos lit the night sky. Flames swayed together, turning strangers into a shared moment. Zippos were passed down. From parent to child. From soldier to family member. from one generation to the next. Each one carried dents, scratches, and engravings, quiet reminders that it had lived a life before reaching your hands. Then, slowly, things changed. Smoking declined. Disposable plastic lighters became cheap and everywhere. Convenience replaced ritual. Why refill a lighter when you could just throw one away? Zippo didn't disappear, but its role changed. It stopped being something everyone carried and became something people chose. A collectible. A gift. A symbol of another time. Still made in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Still reparable for life. But no longer essential. Zippo lighters remind us of a time when objects weren't designed to be temporary. They were built to stay. To age. To carry stories. Today, a Zippo flame doesn't just light a cigarette. It lights a memory. And sometimes, all it takes is that familiar click to bring it all back.